Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do a favorites kind of video for you guys, specific to one brand in particular, and today's is going to be Huda Beauty. Now initially I was going to do a top 10, and then I realized that, you know what, I'm going to do a top 20 because there were so many products that I tried to fit in that it was almost impossible to get all the ones I wanted, so I upped it from 10 to 20. So forgive me, or maybe not, if there are way too many products for you guys to see, but I kind of didn't want to restrict myself. Now these are obviously my opinions, feel free to disagree, it is as it is. So I'm going to start off with lipsticks. Now I've actually got 4 liquid lipsticks to show you that I would probably say out of all the ones that I've got of Huda Beauty's are my absolute favorites. Now first off, the quality of the liquid lipsticks for me are some of the best on the market. I have reviewed these in the past. Feel free to check out my channel and search for the reviews where you can see me demonstrating these used directly onto my skin tone. Now for reference, in Huda Beauty's Faux Filter Foundation, I am in the shade Baklava. Unfortunately, that has not made the cut in this video. Again, check out my review to see why. So the 4 that I've got to show you guys, this first one here is called Icon. It's like the most beautiful terracotta orange shade. Amazing on medium skin tones. Absolutely stunning. I reach for it so often that it's almost finished. Now for a normal person, it's like, okay, so it's nearly finished. Now, but for somebody like me who's a YouTuber and who obviously buys makeup sometimes that I don't really need, sometimes I buy it for my channel, it's not often that I tend to finish lipsticks. The Icon one, nearly finished. This one over here at the front is called Trophy Wife. It is the most perfect pinky mauve shade. Again, it's one that I reach for all the time. Now the great thing about those 2 shades is that they're quite subtle despite the tone of the colour. They're not a bright orange and they're not a bright pink. They're very much a muted version of a very intense shade, meaning you can wear it day to day, you can wear it to work, you can wear it to school, to college, to interviews and that sort of thing, and yet you can still dress it up to wear it at night time if you're going for a more powerful look on the eyes and you still want to have a little bit of colour on the lips. And of course, even though I'm not showing it in this video, the corresponding lip contours, as in her lip pencils, work beautifully as well, and I've got the corresponding shades to go with them. They're just not in this video. Now these 2 other shades are slightly deeper. This first one here is called Heartbreaker. It's the most perfect everyday bright red, and it is what I am wearing right now on my lips, so you can see it live and in effect. I love this red shade. I use it all the time. Following this would be Cheerleader, which is slightly deeper in tone, but this is the one that I tend to go for when I'm going for a fairly simple eye look like I've done today. Well, simple for me anyway. And I really want to have the focus on the lips. That is when I wear this shade. This is one of those shades which is perfect all year round. And then this other one here, which is called Spice Girl, is actually something which is quite new to my collection. I'm quite surprised I didn't buy it previously. I think looking at it like this, the kind of shade put me off. And then when I wore it, I was like, oh my God. I was actually wearing it the other night when I went out on a Friday night. I was wearing a brown maroon colored dress, and this offset my makeup perfectly. It matched my dress, and then I had gold on the eyes and it looked absolutely amazing. It's a very deep kind of brown, but it's almost got it's like a milky deep brown, so it still looks beautiful on the lips, and it's got a hint of cool tone to it as well, so it's not as in your face as maybe something warm toned would be. Absolutely love this. And the lip pencil in particular, because it is a deep brown shade, I tend to wear it with a lot of nude lipsticks so that I can kind of make them a little bit more wearable against my skin tone. Now I've got 2 of the Power Bullet matte lipsticks to show you guys. As you guys know, I've pretty much got all of them. I've reviewed all of them, but the 2 I tend to reach for the most are these 2. Now this first one is called Interview. It's like your perfect everyday nude shade and looks amazing on brown skin tones. I tend to wear this with various different lip liners so that I can switch up the kind of nude look that I'm going for. And I love the texture of these and the quality of these. They're very thick, they're very opaque. They do tend to get a little bit of that white line in the middle of the lips, I've noticed, if I haven't drunk or eaten anything for a few hours, but that can just be sorted out by wiping it off and then reapplying it. Obviously goes to show how dehydrated I am at the time when I'm wearing them. And then this other shade here is called Wedding Day. It's one of her more recent releases. It's like your raspberry pink sort of colour. Again, very, very wearable. And I think also the reason why it's called Wedding Day is as this is the kind of lipstick that you could potentially wear for your wedding day. Not if you're South Asian, because they tend to wear bright red. I'm generally speaking, obviously. Like an English bride, you know, they go for the very kind of rosy kind of look, very minimalistic makeup, rosy lips, and this is the kind of lipstick that can achieve that effect. It's absolutely stunning. Now another favourite of mine, and it looks slightly battered, I think it's because it came out of my suitcase, is the Huda Beauty Resting Boss Waterproof Setting Spray, which gives a nice matte finish to the skin. This is probably one of the best setting sprays I've ever used. It literally holds everything in place all day. Now we'll be completely honest, it did not hold up 100% in the South Korean heat and humidity when I wore it out there, and it was 38 degrees with 100% humidity. But then bear in mind, my hair didn't hold up, my clothes were stuck to me. I don't think there was anything that could work well under those kind of temperatures. However, it did the best that it could, and it kept me looking a lot matte and a lot more fresh for a lot longer than, for example, had I used nothing or just a normal any other kind of setting spray. Now this is almost finished. I've kind of held off in using it recently since I've got rosacea on the side of my face, and there's alcohol in this and it tends to burn my face when I used it because that's obviously open skin. However, as soon as that's cleared up, I will be back to using this. It's excellent. Next is the Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powders. This is in the shade Banana Bread. It's actually nearly finished. I was about to throw it in the bin a minute ago until I decided to randomly just do this video. The shade that I tend to prefer is actually Blondie, and the range itself comes in a variety of different shades. It's very, very finely milled. Unfortunately, it does have that perfume scent that Huda Beauty products are known to have. Her products have got a lot of very strong scents to them, which I'm not a big fan of, and I really wish she would kind of stop doing. However, I'm not going to moan too much because this is meant to be a favourites video, so less of the moaning and more of the bigging up, I think. But this is very finely milled, keeps my concealer under my eyes in place all day, and I absolutely love this and will be repurchasing it. Talking of concealer, this is the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. It's kind of all rubbed off because it's been in my makeup bag for quite a while. This is in the shade Graham Cracker. I've also got the shade up from this, which is a little bit lighter because this is almost like my own natural skin tone. And because I tend to use quite a lot of concealers, this one is almost finished but not quite. I love the consistency of this. It's very thick, it's very full coverage, but this combined with this looks absolutely stunning. It stays in place all day. It doesn't oxidize, it doesn't crepe and go creasy under the eyes. It doesn't go patchy either, and this is one of my favorite concealers. Next is one of her more newer products, and it is the Huda Beauty Life Liner, which is her basically her eyeliner. So on one end you've got a liquid liner right here, and then on the other end you've got a kohl pencil, and this is in the shade called Extreme Black, very Vanta. And now, my review aside, where I criticised the formula and where the formula came from, that is just in that video. That is not to say that this product itself is not absolutely excellent and one of the best liquid liners I have ever used. It does not budge, it does not smudge, it's actually difficult to come off, and it is honestly an amazing liquid eyeliner. The kohl side, not so much, but this is all about the liquid eyeliner, and most people would tend to buy this because of the liquid liner rather than the kohl, which you can get anywhere. But this is absolutely amazing. Next is another one of her newer products. It is the Sticky Tack Lash Glue, which is latex free. As you guys know that I'm allergic to the latex in lash glue, and this happened to come out around the time I found out about it. The only downside about this is, hold on, let me just open it. Oh, there we go. Oh, it stinks, the smell of glue. I can smell it from here, you guys, from here. That is the only downside from this, is the smell of it. And even once it's on your eyes and it's been stuck for about an hour, I can still smell it. But the plus side about this is that it is an excellent eyelash glue. Again, it's great for sensitive eyes, people that are allergic to latex and lash glue. And also it's called Sticky Tack because you can pull it off and put it back on if you've made a mistake in terms of application. Many of us who are not that great at applying eyelashes will accidentally apply it wonky, and then you're like, oh my god, now I've got to pull it off, redo this, redo that. It doesn't pull off any eyeliner that you've got underneath. It dries clear. I would actually prefer if they were to release a black one, but this one has got a clear tone to it, and it's amazing. It doesn't come off, it stays put throughout the day. If you need to readjust the sides a little bit, 2, 3, 4 times you can readjust it and it will stay sticky. And talking of her eyelashes, and I am going to have to mention an honourable one, which is my 20th product, I just don't happen to have it with me, is the Camille Lashes. Now those are probably my favourite all round out of all of her eyelashes. They're called the Camille Ez Lash with a Z, And the reason they're called that is because they are not full-size lashes like these. They're almost half the size. So you apply it right in the center of your eye. They're a lot lighter. They're a lot easier to apply because there's not so much to hold on to. And they're very everyday wearable. Now, the other two that I love are these ones called Sasha. This one hasn't even been opened. These are very much like the Camille ones, but almost like a full-size version. They're huge, they're long, they're fluttery, and I absolutely love them to wear. They're very similar to what I've got on my eyes right now, which are the Cocoa Lashes in Stella. And now these ones here, I'm not sure if they're limited edition, and that's the reason why they're in this purple casing. These are the Huda Lash, and it says Huda number 23 lengthy. I'm not sure what lengthy means. Maybe it's because they're really long. They're very, very long, very fluttery. These ones are a lot more spiky, and these ones are spiky, long, thick, and luscious. This will not necessarily suit everybody's eyes because they are more for people who've got quite large eyes. If you've got quite small eyes, these will literally envelope your eyes and it will look like two fluffy things flattering about, but you won't actually be able to see your eyes. But these are absolutely excellent. I love these for very dramatic glam looks. Now, I've shown you 14 things, well, minus one because it wasn't here, honorable mention. I've got 6 more to show you, and they are all eyeshadow palettes. So the first one I'm going to show you, out of all of the large ones which she has released, which is 4 of them, this one is still my favorite one, and it is the Huda Beauty New Nude Eyeshadow Palette. Now, this is where she came up with the concept of a new nude. So meaning her version of nude is more pinky, mauvey sort of shades. I am still loving this, and I use this on quite a regular basis. It's right next to me on my makeup vanity, so I can reach for it on those days when I want a very quick and simple, easy look, as well as those days where I want to sparkle it up a little bit, going out in the evening and want to add a little bit of glitter. I love the fact that there are 2 glitters in this, and then I love the mix of colors as well. These are the kind of colors that flatter medium skin tones a lot. So this one is my favorite of the large ones. Now, moving on to some of the smaller ones, and I'm going to show them to you the way they were released. The first ones were these 2 here when she released like these jewel named ones, I think last year or the year before. So my 2 favorite out of these is the ruby one, which is this one right here, and then the topaz one, which is this one right here. The topaz one, for obvious reasons, it's your typical everyday brown girl palette. It's got your browns and caramel shades and then lots of golds. Quick, easy and simple for your everyday gal. Then this one here, the ruby one, now these are the kind of shades I tend to gravitate towards quite a bit. I'm actually wearing the retrograde palette on my eyes right now, and I've gone for the gold and the more caramelly shade because, again, those are the shades I tend to use more than anything. And this one is a little bit of a change from that, but I love the way that the reddish kind of colors mix together. They look amazing on deep skin, and then the shimmery shades are absolutely excellent. This one here is like a random one that I've kind of thrown in here because I hate it when I watch favorites videos, and even though they are favorites, they're all very samey. So I wanted to show this one because I used this throughout the summer. I took it to Korea with me, and I have been loving this pretty much since I got it. It's one of the Neon Obsessions ones that she released over the summer, and this is the Pink Obsessions one. I love pink shades. I think pink shades look amazing on deep and medium skin tones. Fair skin tones, not so much, because fair skin tones can have quite a lot of pink already within their skin, and it can just make them look a little bit too pink. But this one here, stunning. The shimmery purple shades are the ones that you've seen me sometimes wearing in my vlogs. I've been wearing this eyeshadow palette. It's just gorgeous, and I love the quality of it. Now, the last 2 I'm going to show you are from the recent releases of the Nude Obsessions eyeshadow palettes, and this one is Nude Rich and this one is Nude Medium. Very similar because obviously they are in that whole nude kind of family. However, these 2 are the ones that I tend to reach for the most, as opposed to the fair one as well. I mean, the fair one does get an honorable mention, but I have noticed, and especially considering it's quite new, I tend to reach for these 2 quite a lot. And even out of these 2, I'd probably say I reach for the medium one more than anything, more so because it's got more golds in it, and again, golds flatter me the most. That's why I'm wearing gold on my eyelid. But I absolutely love the quality of these. The mattes are buttery, pigmented and intense, and the shimmery shades are also equally as intense, and especially if you use your finger to apply them directly to the lid. So that's it for my top 20 Huda Beauty products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe subscribe. I'll try to do more videos like this of my top 10, top 20, but bear with me. I'm not going to go out and buy 19 products just because I've got one of another brand. I'm not rich, yeah? So I'm going to do it for brands where I know I've got a lot of their products, and that way I can show you honestly what I have used and have been loving over a significant period of time. Other than that, I hope you guys are wonderful and great, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!